I'm Mary Elizabeth, and I own the jewelry store Winter Hill Studio, and I'm down in Soto.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I have to point for the.
Our pointer's not working, so.
This is my pointer.
Yes.
I have been fortunate, lucky enough to work for the last 28 years, pretty much exclusively doing custom design jewelry for people. And I take people's dreams and concepts and ideas and turn them into little wearable works of art. I started fresh out of college. I had a Bachelor of Fine Arts in painting, which kind of gets you a waitressing career. And my uncle in Woodinville offered me an apprenticeship. And I basically, that's pretty much all I've ever done, is custom design jewelry. And in the fall of 2021, I was able to open up my very own studio rather than just work with other people. So one of the things that I was really excited to do when I opened up my own store was to be able to do things, kind of focus on the things that I wanted to focus on, and some things that I didn't see necessarily represented elsewhere. One of the things that really bothered me quite a bit is that if you're, shopping pretty much anywhere online or shopping just in general, you've got very segregated. You have your men's section and your women's section, and that really bugs me. And one of the things that I've learned doing custom design for people is that when you really can break open the box of what's possible, people can really express themselves exactly how they want to express themselves through their jewelry. So not every woman wants something super blingy and dainty, and not every man wants something bold and strong or whatever. And so that's really super important to me. Oh, yeah. So.
These are weird, it's weird. So great. I'm just so excited. I don't know if you're example of the mall. And now we're going to share the vlog. This was very pretty. What do you think? Oh, yeah.
I was going to introduce that video before.
Sorry.
No, I forgot to do that. Anyways, that was my fault. So this is Dylan Baby. She's not a client of mine. I wish she was, but she's a TikTok star and she's transitioning. And her TikTok talks about her transition process, which is just wonderful and inspirational. And the reason that I selected this video is that when people find jewelry that affirms who they are, it is life-changing, it's inspirational, it brings them so much joy. And I mean, it's palpable, you can just see how excited it is. So this was her, the first time she'd gotten her ears pierced. This is the first time she was trying on her earrings. And it's just very, very exciting. One of the things that I've been able to focus again on my business is not only making new custom jewelry, but transforming old jewelry. And that might be taking something from an estate or something that's being handed down to you, but that doesn't exactly suit your style. But it also can be for people going through gender transition. It can be as simple as taking an old wedding band and making it more reflective of their gender, or taking a piece of heirloom jewelry that's been handed down, but again, just doesn't suit who they are inside, and transforming that. And the reason that I'm presenting today is actually because I have kind of a question. One of the things that I really want to do as a passion project for part of my business is to offer free jewelry transitions for those going through gender transformation. And but jewelry transformation and that type of thing is expensive, and I can't just do that for everybody, but I would like to offer that service for free for some people. Okay, go ahead. And so basically today I'm just kind of asking like for feedback. Some of the things that I've been thinking about doing is offering it as on a quarterly basis, but I mean, if it's something simple, it doesn't cost that much money for me to do. I'm happy to do that. fairly quickly, I can do more of it, so I'm a little bit flummoxed as to how to kind of present this out to the world. The other thing that is super important to me is that I don't want it to feel like, I don't want it to feel like a contest. I don't want people to feel like they have to spill their guts in order to win something from me. That's not the purpose at all. So I don't want people like having to tell me their entire story in order for them to get this service from me, but I do need to figure out how to put it out and select, because I can't do it for everybody, but I would very much like to center myself in this particular position. So that's the short presentation, because what I'm trying to get is feedback from everybody on, have you run any promotions, anything similar like this? So what have you found, or what do you think? Yes.
I just talked to somebody yesterday about the pricing and how to do convey value. And so I think that the ensuring part of the process here, instead of choosing people on their transition, looking at the actual need. And so just sort of trying to better categorize it that they bring in. And you said yourself, some pieces are super easy, and I can just do that. So if you encourage people to come in, and then you can kind of categorize it by jewelry, not by person, that might be easier. Then you show convey value that this is a super easy transition through jewelry piece. Your story is over here, and that means it's your art, but we're not talking about that. We're just talking about this. And then the harder piece is you can have a story for that piece and the transition of it, sure, not the person, and then go out and train that users to help with transition, talking about the difficulty of transition for this jewelry, which would also kind of parallel the difficulty that people transition.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Like, when you say you don't want this to be like a thing as far as the people go, do you want it like marketed at all?
Sure, I mean, absolutely, this is, I feel like, for a very long time, I've, kind of centered a lot of my business in the LGBTQ, community. And, absolutely, this is something that I would love to share the story of the piece of jewelry on my social media and that type of thing. But if somebody's not comfortable with that, obviously I don't have to, like, I really just, yeah.
People are transitioning who are also actually.
Yeah, no, you know, and that's exactly it. I mean, so my daughter's transgender, and she doesn't mind me talking about her. She doesn't mind me sharing pictures of her and talking about her journey. She just got her ears pierced, which was very exciting when I went to go see her back in October. But again, very careful of the fact that, you know, I don't want to use people's stories in a way that they're not comfortable with, but sure. But that's, you know, a lot of these things where they're doing like giveaways for like makeovers or clothing things and stuff like that is like, they want people to dump their guts before they say yes, and then people upvote, you know, this particular person's story, and that I just want no part of. Yeah.
But maybe also get partnering with profit or some type of organization that you're like, oh, I really love the work they're doing. Ways almost kind of forward, or like you sit with so many, like you were talking about, you're one to innovate to the point, you know. Yeah, everyone you was maybe this ways you might have organization. Well, they sound one other folks, so I'm gonna partner with them, maybe once a quarter, right? Take people that way, and seems to just this point, the story of jewelry.
Yes.
It also then brings people to this is the yours and it's not product. So like two ways of
Sure. Yeah.
I'm working on that again. It's great. We can also have it as a brand ambassador, like we do partner with, we can have one person on there that there's follow. So similarly, maybe they work with a nonprofit. So that also ways to kind of get the story out there, but it's less of like you choosing the person and it's more of like empowering the community to kind of have some impact on it. And maybe rather than it being like, you get sure somebody's about the story or it's about your peers, maybe something again in terms of like, by providing support back to the nonprofit or doing something of good or connections to that larger entity. So that's something we put more, less about that as a person and more about support.
Sure. Yeah.
I will say that that is very effective. I'll just chime in. I had, I took that approach where it was a nonprofit that supported primarily young women. And I personally did not want to be part of the process of selecting the person that receives the scholarship or know any personal details about them. And I did the same thing where I went through the nonprofit and just said, this is what I'm supporting. You select, this is the limitations of it, and then they manage that whole process, and they were happy to do it.
Excellent. Okay. That's very great. Thank you. Yeah, I've got a couple of mine already. Yeah.
What are these channels that your main platform, the channels that you use to communicate with your like audience, with your clients, like email?
Yeah, my email list and then of course Instagram and Facebook. Pretty much, yeah, where I'm at. I did reach out to Dylan, but she's very famous now and it's like, I don't know but
Yeah,
Well, and Mary, just to clarify for everyone, I know we've got lots of good ideas, but specifically going forward, what can the 1 Million Cups community do for you?
I think if you see any promotions or anything that's similar, this is my QR code for my website. You can send me a message if you kind of have any thoughts or, you know, this kind of builds in your mind. And have anything that you want to add to that would be amazing. Just kind of reach out.
and you had some samples.
And I brought some
of that, yeah,
samples of,
just in case you wanna
most
see.
of what we brought are actually upcycled jewelry pieces from older jewelry that has been upcycled, and then my portfolio book, and then there's a stack of cards, so. It's part of everything.
Yes,
Yeah, so I help people sort and evaluate what they have and then decide what pieces actually need a formal written appraisal. And then I can recommend somebody for the formal written appraisal, but a lot of people, when they just want, they're like, oh, I want my jewelry appraised, they actually just kind of need to know, like, is this valuable? You know, what might it kind of generally be worth, and then formal written appraisals are for things like settling estates, they're also for insurance and that kind of thing. So I help guide them which pieces are appropriate for that. And then I need to look at Google.
And I'm sorry, but that's it.
It's okay.
You said it, kind of appraisal. If you said it, I apologize. You do it sort of as a service in that, I go, and I'll use an example, I know people, who go into women's closet, someone reading their clothes. You have like, you can go, hey, here's all my jewelry. Help me, advise me on how I should change it, but here's some ideas that.
Totally.
Okay.
Like daily, yes.
Then I would assume
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, absolutely. You know, a lot of what I do make brand new jewelry with gems that we select together and everything, but I think most of what I do, probably 75%, is people bringing in like, okay, I just inherited grandma's diamond ring. I really want to make this into something that suits my style. And what can we do? And I take old gold and make that happen as well. So, yeah, it's very transformative.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mary.